Okay, what we have here is we have a 99 Mazda Miata. What happened was I was getting crazy in a parking lot doing some drifting, and I don't know what happened, but somehow in the process of shifting I lost fifth and reverse. So first, second, third, and fourth had no problem shifting into them. It was a little didn't grind, but just was tight. So, of course, I took the turret apart, and as you can see, this is just the opening, but pulled this off. And, of course, the shifter was set in there as well. But after I pulled all that apart, what I did notice is you can't see it now because it's removed, but I'll show it to you. Right in here, and on the bottom, there's two bolts that hold it in place. In fact, you can probably see where the hole is right there. In fact, I'm going to move it over with this so you can get a better view of it. So you can see where that thing goes. And what had happened was this had wouldn't allow it to go all the way over. But keep in mind, but whenever you have the shifter in, you're actually pivoting. So if you're going to fifth gear, you're pushing this way, and that goes the opposite way because you're pivoting right at the above it. So this would not go down, and what I did is it's after looking on the internet, not really finding much information about it, but it's called a Slide Selector. And what that is this is the new one that I bought. As you can see, it's got the two bolt holes that go underneath, and if and it would actually go put it in, or you remove it from the bottom side. But of course, luckily on this side, this one, you have the catalytic converter, a couple other things in the way, but it's not as bad as having the PPF on this side, where you can partially see it. It's just in the way, because there is one on each side. They're not identical, but this one seems to do some kind of lockout to where, I guess, so the potential of getting it thrown in reverse is almost impossible. But now that I have it, and what it looks like brand new, you can push on it. It's got like a click in it, and on the inside here, there's a where it shows you, if you look at online, you could actually see, if you find a diagram, where the hole is kind of hard to see with the light, but I'll show you the old one. You can see where the old one's at, and it's all intact, except what happened on this one is I pulled the piece off, and I'd had the spring, everything was intact again, but what was happening is this thing would not go down any. And you can see how it's notched out, and it's kind of like beveled towards the top, where it's thinner on the bottom, and then as you go to the top, it goes to the full length of it. In fact, pull the spring off here. Take a better look at it this way. You can probably see. You can see how it's kind of beveled, and to the top right here, it's basically it's still flat, but it's a lot less metal removed than down here. Don't know what happened to the ball bearing. I know it's somewhere on the kitchen floor, and I'm sure my wife will find it. But what I had is this spring goes in this right here. And they do make it where you can actually buy these parts for this little thing, but why you would ever want to do that, I have no clue, unless you're a machinist and you want to pull that little cap off, pull the spring out, pull the ball bearing out. I don't know if it's worth it. So what happened is I couldn't pull this out because it was wedged in there. Finally, with a big pair of pliers and a little grunting, I was able to pull it out. And what I did find is the spring was lodged in the wall, and also between the spring and the, or I should say the wall and the dowel pin. So this thing was trashed, and how that happened by just messing around in the parking lot, I have no clue. So now we're just, all I got to do now is put the new slide selector in, fill it up with oil. Of course, there is a gasket that goes on here. You can use some RTV. The gasket looked pretty good shape, but didn't have any RTV on it, so it says that nobody's ever taken this off for any reason. So there was nothing done to it. And but if you ever lose fifth and sixth gear, or I should say fifth and reverse, before you get too crazy, I would pull the top of your pull your shifter off, pull this off, and see if this thing goes down, because you can see the other side, it collapses all the way like it's supposed to. And I'm sure as soon as I get this one in, I should be able to push it where it's going to push down on this and collapse it this way. Of course, it's kind of hard to do with just a, there you go. But before, I couldn't even get it to budge at all, because the way the spring was lodged in the inside the wall of that, it wouldn't, so it wouldn't allow me to get to fifth and reverse. But again, now it goes all the way down. So couldn't find anything on this. So hopefully this helps somebody that runs into this situation. Not much else. All right. Thanks for looking at this video, and hopefully I've answered any questions that you might have. Thank you.